Hey everybody, how's it going today? Make sure I got everything set up here. Everybody hear me okay? Hear the music okay? The usual checks. I don't do this often enough to know if I'm getting everything configured. Alright. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody's Friday going? My camera's over here. It's not over here. I sound very echoey to myself for some reason. I don't know about how it sounds to you guys. Hopefully you can hear me and I haven't been talking to myself for the last 2 minutes. All right. So, yeah, it's Friday. I don't have a video for today, so I figured I'd do a stream. I do have a video ready for next Friday, and it is a tutorial, and I think you guys are going to like it a lot, so make sure you check it out next Friday. Patrons will have access to it tonight at 6 o'clock. And we have a $20 donation from Baxter and Railfan722. Thank you so much. Oh, looked like the stream dropped out there for a minute. Thank you, Baxter and Railfan722. Much appreciated. Always appreciate the donations. Let's see. I've been having some interesting issues with the game slash the stream. I don't know if there was an update with Windows or Chrome or OBS or the game or what, but my performance has been kind of shoddy lately when I'm doing this kind of thing. So I have most of my settings turned down. Actually, that's a lie. I only have the draw distance turned down, but I'm gonna try to leave everything else at ultra, and we'll see how we do performance-wise. If things start to lag out, let me know in the chat, because I am on wireless. It looks like I might be frozen in my little preview there. I'm on wireless, so I'll plug it in if there's an issue, which it seems like I might have to do. But today I wanted to do a little bit of work on the P&B, not necessarily on the lumber mill here on the Paint Creek branch, because perfectly honest, I'm a little burned out from that. But I did want to do maybe some scenery work along the Paint Creek branch itself. Start trying to fill in some of these blank spots and hopefully get the branch totally finished, ideally. And we're not going to finish it this stream, but I'd like to get it finished soon. I have a sip of coffee, of course. What else? AM merch. Let me try to just flash it here, a little shameless self-promotion. Where is it? Let me get my camera. Here we go. AM t-shirts. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. You can get the t-shirts over at my website, approachmedium.com/shop. Go check it out. I try to keep the prices reasonable. The shipping is a little expensive, so I apologize for that. But buy some t-shirts, please, because I have several that I need to get rid of. So not trying to like push that, but anyway, I got some t-shirts. I will get some more in the future for the P&B and for the DBEV and stuff like that. Maybe some hats or something like that. But for now, and depending on how the t-shirts perform, that's what I got right now. Limited stock right now. As soon as those sell out, I'll order more based on the needs. But definitely check that out if you haven't already. 43 people watching. That seems about standard for a Friday afternoon. I don't know if people are back to work or in school or what. $2. Everything Trains 13. Can you please build the CNXICXEJE route? I know nothing about that route, so probably not, to be perfectly honest. But it sounds interesting, that's for sure. Let's see. I can probably ship to Canada right now. I can select which countries I could ship to. I think I could ship to Canada, but I have to set up the shipping cost to be appropriate for that. So you'd have to cover shipping appropriately. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out this whole shipping thing. I got to get some boxes because right now I'm just using the flat rate shipping and it's costing a lot more than it probably should. $35 from Willie's. Thank you so much, my man. Always appreciated. Willie is who is also helping me with the P&B, so thank you so much. Let's get started on something here. Try to figure things out. Anyway, so I figured we'd do this stream today for a little bit. I'm heading out of town again. I was out of town last week because I was planning to do a camping trip last week for the whole year. It's a train going by outside. All right, just waiting for the horn. And now my brother is coming to town this week. So I am once again heading out of town for a week, and I'm leaving tonight, picking him up at the airport, 9 o'clock tonight from Newark Airport, and then we're going up to my cabin up in the Catskills for a week. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking for the right grass right here. So I figured, you know what? I got nothing else going on my Friday. Got no video lined up. I haven't produced any content in a while because I've been just having one crazy thing after another happen here. I lost power during the storm a couple weeks ago. We had a fire in my building. It's just been one thing after the next right up until I took my vacation last week. So that's why there hasn't been much going on content-wise. How do I want to do this here? $2D trees that I use are the Blueprint trees, JVC Blueprint. And then STRMM trees for all of the other 3D trees. So let's see. It's been a while since I've really done a lot in this game, so it might take me a minute to really get into the flow again. So just bear with me a little bit as I start getting things going again. And I've also been working a lot on the Port LA, and you know, we all know the Port LA is like a big parking lot, so there's not a whole lot of scenery. Whoops, not a whole lot of scenery to be had on that, but it's been a fun build so far, and I've been really enjoying that build. And kind of been neglecting the P&B a little bit, unfortunately, but I want to get back to it. I want to get the P&B finished. I would love to have. It'd be awesome if I could get the whole thing done by the end of the year. That's a goal to have right there, isn't it? That'd be a goal. Let's get the P&B done by 2021, and then maybe 2020 wouldn't be so bad. Because that would be really cool. Also, speaking of P&B stuff, I'm going to get started on a P&B SD45 probably next week. Let's see if I can get it to load up here. I haven't started it, but we're gonna reskin the Conrail SD45 that just came out on Jointed Rail. So we'll have a P&B 6-axle unit finally, an official one. Let's see if this game will do what it needs to do here. It's gonna pre-cache content for the next 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna look at the chat, see what we got going on over here. $56 people watching at the moment. That's awesome. All right, trains, pre-cache already. I had this game opened already today. It should have already pre-cached everything. So yeah, we're gonna reskin this guy. Is this the right one? CR SD45, Phase 2A1. Yeah, so we're gonna skin this up into P&B colors. I'm gonna get started on that next week. I figure this would be an appropriate unit to have as a 6-axle, being up in the Northeast, and the appropriate time frame. And this is also based on information that my patrons and my mods have thrown at me, because I know nothing about this kind of stuff. So much appreciated there. Everything Trains 13, $2. It's in Outer Chicago and Cool Loop in Madison, Illinois. All right, well, sounds cool. Thank you for the $2, Everything Trains 13. Much appreciated. All right, so let's get that out of here. I just figured I would mention that SD45 is going to be on the way. Hopefully I'll do a good job on it. We'll see how it goes. Man, my computer. Hold on, I got to bring up Task Manager for a minute here. I guess just got to see what is sucking up all my processes. Chrome. Man, why is Chrome such a resource hog? 100% of my CPU between Tane, Chrome, OBS. Oh, and Steam is open too, apparently. Let me just close Steam. That might be lagging me out. All right, so let's see. We're gonna try to do some scenery work today, as I had said. So I wanted to start by just getting some grasses along the track side, and then we'll work our way out from there. As I said, I haven't been in this game too much recently. I did have a whole week off last week, so I might be a little bit rusty here. And just, you know, getting started on things. It's also been a little bit since I've worked on the P&B, so we will see. Get back to that text message in a little bit. What do we want to do here? So this is supposed to be, this is the Paint Creek. Well, it's the Paint Creek. It's not the Paint Creek Creek, it's the Paint Creek. Originally I had like a little, I guess a little pocket over here, a little fishing cove. With some trees and some rocks and stuff like that, so maybe we'll try to replicate that. We've got this rock wall here. Viper Velocity with 420. Milwaukee Electric route. When? JK, LOL, keep at it, Chief. Thank you so much, Viper. I think a Milwaukee Electric route would be really cool to do, but I don't know if I want to touch anything with catenary ever again. Plain and simple. The D&T, right? Yeah, the Dayton and Troy was quite enough for me. 420 pounds, what is that? I mean, what does that equal in US currency? Come on. It would have been smarter if you donated in, so the conversion in American money was 420. I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm a little, I'm in a good mood today, if you can't tell. I don't know, I think it's because I had a vacation last week and I'm taking another vacation next week, so that might have a little bit something to do with it. I'm a little excited about getting out of town and getting away from all the craziness for a little bit. Does the mind good, that's for sure. But I am bringing, I'm bringing trains with me. As soon as we're done with this stream, whatever we get done on this stream, I'm gonna put the P&B over onto my laptop so I can do some off-camera scenicking and stuff like that while I'm up at my cabin. So that will, so maybe I can make some more progress, hopefully, if I'm not too busy doing yard work and hanging out with my brother and fishing and drinking beer and whatever else. Bisquiglehausen, $5. City Skylines, when? Oh, man. Yeah, I know. I've been talking about doing a City Skylines series for, I don't know, probably since like 2017. I still want to do it, I really do. I really just need to set aside the time to learn all of the nuances of all the mods and how to, you know, use the Move It tool. And I mean, I know how to use the Move It tool. It's a bad example, but some of the other, there's just so many mods that do so many different things, and I think that that's what always holds me back. I open up City Skylines and I'm like, no, I don't even know where to start with that. So I would definitely love to do it. I actually had a whole, I might have talked about this before. I had a whole like city mapped out in one of my notebooks of you know, how I want to design it, what the shape of it would be, where things would go. So maybe one day I could get to that. Maybe one day I'll do it. I definitely would like to. A week vacation sounds like the perfect time to start cities. Yeah, you know, maybe I could get it onto my laptop and see if I could derp around in it a little bit. I actually think I might have it installed on my laptop. Oh, what are we looking for here? Do we actually want a cliff face, like a cut? I think a little cut wouldn't hurt, but I don't want too much. So let's smooth this out. I think the terrain tools in cities kind of make me a little bit nervous too. Like I kind of know what I'm doing for the most part in this game with the terrain tools and stuff like that, but cities, I know it's a lot different. One thing I kind of do like with cities though is that you don't start with like a totally flat, you know, baseboard like you do in trains. You've already got mountains and rivers and creek beds and stuff like that to work with. You don't have to shape absolutely everything. So I actually kind of like that with the game. Just it takes like one aspect away, so you could focus more on designing what the you know, what your city is going to look like and how it's going to function. Do I know of any tutorials on how to create assets? The N3V YouTube has some stuff. I can't believe I'm plugging their YouTube channel, but they do have some content creation stuff which might be somewhat useful to some people. I didn't find it useful to myself personally, but I don't really have much of a background in content creation, so if you at least know a little bit, maybe you've got a leg up on me in terms of that, but that's worth checking out. Other than that, I really don't know. It's kind of, this is a little too jagged for my liking. We're gonna try to smooth this out a bit. I don't want to make it totally smooth. I still want like a rock cut here, but it looks a little jagged for my liking. That's looking better. What about this one over here? Smooth that out a little bit. Yeah, no mouse cursor. I apologize for that. This has been an issue that I've had for like over a couple of years now. For some strange reason, I think I kind of know the answer. The game, if I have the mouse cursor icon turned on, it's not lined up with what I'm doing on the screen, so it's easier for me to just have it off. And I think the reason for that is that the game right now is playing in 1920 by 1080, and I have a 4K monitor, but I'm playing in full screen 1920 by 1080 on a 4K monitor. And I think the way that OBS looks at it, it's seeing the game as only taking up 1/4 of the full 4K monitor, so the mouse doesn't line up where it's supposed to. I can get it to line up properly if I set the game to play in 4K, but if I set it into 4K, then like all of these little tabs become like microscopic, and it's useless. You can't see anything. So I try not to. It's just easier for me to just have it turned off. It stinks, but it's just an OBS thing. Maybe if somebody knows like a better fix than that, maybe I have something, you know, some kind of a setting not set properly in OBS. So maybe somebody might know a trick for that, which would be awesome. Try to smooth this out a little bit. All right, let's do this like little cove here. We know we want to use some JR rocks. I'm kind of jumping around a little bit. And this is what kind of how my gameplay has been lately, where I'm kind of just starting in one spot and then jump over to another spot and then jump on to another spot. I'm kind of all over the place a little bit. But yeah, it's just my brain has just been all over the place lately. This might be cool as a fill, maybe with one of those TB embankments. Let's see what that looks like before we go too far. I think it's a TB embankment, right? Which one did I use? Now I gotta look. We gotta jump over here. I gotta burp, sorry. I want to use this embankment, whichever one this is. By the way, yeah, the next P&B video will be the route tour, which I haven't started shooting yet, but I have it planned out for the most part. I just kind of have to like get started shooting it, and then it'll be good to go. But that will be the next P&B video itself, where I'm gonna try to do it like railfan style. So we'll follow a couple locals around on the route, and I'll kind of show off where things are. Oh, look, a spam call. Goodbye. Not answering that. You know how many of those I get a day? It's absurd. All right, let's see what this looks like. Okay, so it's not quite big enough, but we could do it. I see a lot of people using these embankment splines, and I don't feel like I use them enough, so maybe I'm sort of shoehorning this into here, but I'm gonna give it a shot anyway. We'll see. Come on, give me the right height. There we go. Trains, skylines. That's kind of what I feel like I'm doing when I'm like working on the DBEV or the Port LA or something like that. I'm like, man, the stuff that I'm doing in this game is very city skylines-ish sometimes. Pixel phone. You could block, can you block spam calls with a Pixel phone? Because that honestly would probably sell me on that. I probably get about 10 spam calls every single day. They're all New York numbers, and I block them every single time. Funny story about that. So I block all of these spam numbers, and when I moved back down to New York and I started my job back at my old company, whatever, one of the guys that I worked there was working with me. I was trying to get his number. I gave him my cell phone number, and I was like, all right, yeah, here's my number. Give me a call or send me a text so I can get your number. And he kept doing it. He's like, it's going to voicemail. It's going to voicemail. And I'm like, my phone's on. Why is it not going? Turns out that his phone number was one of the ones used on one of these stupid spoof phone calls, and I had it blocked on my phone, even though it wasn't him who had called me. So, like, that's the most aggravating thing to me, is that these phone calls aren't even... The number that you see on there isn't even, like, legitimate. It is a legitimate number, but it's not the number that they're calling from. It's just a totally spoofed freaking number. Like, how illegal is that? Like, I can't... It just drives me nuts. Drives me bonkers. Anyway. I think there's a way with the... I've got an iPhone, but I think there's a way that I can set it so that, like, it'll only accept phone calls from people who are, like, in my contacts list, which is great. But, like, if I have, like, a doctor's office call me, or, like, I haven't had a job since March, so maybe somebody wants to call me and offer me a job, I'm going to miss that phone call because it's going to go straight to voicemail. And I don't even know if I'll get an alert, based on that. So... It makes me a little bit nervous to do that. I just want the obvious cell phone spoofed numbers to just not bother me. And I get text messages too. Can you believe that? They send me text messages. It's so annoying. And it's all the same kind of garbage that you get in your email box too. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know who these people are, who these companies are. There should be a law against it. Unsolicited garbage phone calls from spoofed phone numbers. Yeah, I get the Chinese ones too. Actually, most of the ones that I get are in Chinese. And one time I pressed I pressed 2 or something like that. And I was like, got like a live person on the line. And I was like, no, I'm not interested. I don't speak Chinese. And they didn't speak any English either. I was like, English, no Chinese. And they're like, oh, okay. I was like, all right, don't call me ever again. I was hoping that would be the end of it, but maybe they were trying to warn us about the coronavirus. I don't know. We just didn't know what they were saying. All right, what are we doing here? I'm just placing, kind of like blindly placing rocks here. So yeah, my idea here is just to have some kind of like a little fishing cove sort of dealy. Let's see, let's throw a couple rocks down here and there. It'll start looking better once we get some grasses and stuff like that mixed in. Could have prevented COVID, but I told them off. If only somebody could understand them. All right, let's see. Getting too excited here. What do we want to use for... See, the other thing is with this map is that it's been so long since I've been working on it. I'm like thinking about like what assets do I even use anymore on this route? Like I have to go to areas that I've already built. Let's fly over here for a minute. I have to go to areas that I've already built to see what I'm using here. What the heck is my palette anymore? What am I looking for? I gotta fly over here to the viaduct, I think. Where's the... Isn't there a creek bed over here? What did I do with this creek bed? Alright, whatever. It doesn't even matter at this point. There's this route has been built over such a long period of time that it's just got a little bit of everything in it, I guess. Not a big deal. Usually use the TB stuff, so... Right? Is it TB? It is TB grass, right? Yeah. I'm looking for number 11? Or was it 7? Yeah, this is what we need. Maybe I don't want to use the splines, though. Yeah, let's not use splines on this one. Splines are nice because when you've got them, you know, when it's a white circle, they'll conform to the terrain, as you can see here. And the second that you make it into a yellow circle, then it, you know, goes straight. But I don't think I want that in this situation. I want TB11. Yeah, I want to be able to just kind of slap it in there. And then I can adjust the height. And it kind of doesn't matter that it's floating, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, that'll be all right. Oh, yeah, that's what I was looking for. What did I use up in Pleasantville? Because that's what I did. I did a little lake serene scene over here. What did I use? Oh, these JVC 335 classic. Yeah, that's, we'll do a mix of that. JVC, good old JVC assets. All right, let's go back over here. I should make a bookmark. It's all about mixing the right blend. I do wish that these JVC... Whoa. I wanted to move. I do wish that these JVC grasses were actually a spline, but they're not. And then I've got... There was some other grass recently that I found that I like. How big is this route in total? Oh, man. 40 or something miles? 40 or 50 miles from end to end, I think. I honestly can't... I can't remember, and I just measured it out, like, very recently. This BN grass is also really great. Just started using this stuff. Yeah, I think it's... That's the main line. I want to say it was like 40 or 50 miles. But I really can't remember off the top of my head. Which one of these do I want to use? Let's just bring a couple of them over here so I can look at them. And that's not counting all the branch lines and all that kind of stuff. Branch lines and industries, so on and so forth. So we want to mix some of this stuff. And I'm not really too keen on how bright green that is. So maybe something a little bit more like this will be nice. Maybe along the side. And we'll just start blending all that in. So this is supposed to be Pennsylvania and not the Adirondacks or the Catskills. So it's not super rocky, I don't think, at least from the places in Pennsylvania that I've been to. Anyway, I was just peeking at the chat there, trying to figure out what the heck you guys are talking about. Right. I do like this dark green one as well. Not liking that one right now. These will blend nicely. So let's hide that for a second. We got to get some more rocks up here. Roll it. My shift button on this keyboard has not been working very well lately. And it's a fairly new keyboard too, which is really irritating. how many hours of work has been put into the P&B. I mean, I've been working on it since 2009, so I mean, I couldn't even begin to quantify how many hours. The only thing that I can, like, the only way for me to quantify how long or how many hours I've put into a particular build, let's say like the debev or something like that, is I look at how many videos I've produced on that particular build and go off of that, because I roughly know how long it takes me to create an episode and how much time goes behind building each episode. So then based on that, I can kind of go after that, you know. So we're up to 40 episodes on the P&B. So just on airtime, I would say, let's say it's an average of 6 hours per video. So what's 6 times 40? Somebody did that really quick. Was that 6? 4 times 6 is what, 20, 24? 6 times 4 is 24. Is that 2,400 hours? 240 hours? I don't know. Whatever. Somebody will do the math in the chat. I'm not doing math right now. Anyway, so that's just the on-air time that we've done. You know, that's not counting however many hours I put into it before I even began doing YouTube stuff, and how much time I've put in probably not doing on-air stuff. Let's see. I want to start getting some trees over here. By the way, I have until, what time is it now? It's almost 1 o'clock my time. I have until about 2:30 or so before I'm gonna quit out. So however long that ends up being, an hour and a half live stream, 2 hours, something like that. So that's how long you got me for today. Let's see, I like these little wispy ones, are really nice. These guys are good for kind of around here. I do want to have maybe some more pine over here. And I love, these are so old, but these spruce trees, these JVC spruce trees, are just still so good. Like, they're stiff. They don't move in the wind or anything like that, but they look phenomenal still. Like, they're not, like, the tree trunk isn't too fat. The branches aren't too big. They got just enough detail. Like, look at those branches. Like, that looks great, you know? I don't know, whatever. 240 hours. Okay, so that's... How much delay is on this live stream? Holy crap, that was like 10 minutes ago. 240 hours. So that's 240 hours. That's not enough. It's way more than that. I definitely put in way more time than that. I mean, the WKNS was easily 150 hours by itself, so... And that was only a 3-mile route, so... Maybe my math is a little bit off. I don't know. Let's not talk about that then. Not a big deal. So let's get some of these little spruce trees in here. Happy little spruce trees. There's a short one. Is this it? Yeah, why not? I like these. Let's see. So it's just in the Adirondacks this past week. So I've got pine trees on the mind. So I might have a lot of pine here. Yeah, we'll do the STRMM ones as well. I'm gonna mix them. I'm gonna mix them in. All right, other trees that we want over here. We want some of those birches. I'm gonna create a. Wait, hold on. Where does this bookmark go to? Bookmark number 5. Okay, so that's actually over here. Bookmark 4. We want some of those birch trees. 3. No, 2. One of these is the Moss Creek branch. Yeah, this is close enough. I want to do something sort of similar to what we did over here. The Breza. Because I like these trees. They're pretty nice. I like the, I like how it's like a mix of like smaller trees and taller trees, and it's very, very nice. How do we want to do this? Just get a couple down. I tend to do this kind of process where I place a lot of stuff down and then I figure out how to organize it the way that I like it, or the way that I think it should fit together. So we're gonna put some stuff down that might not look right initially, but I like that tree, I think. Yeah, forked tree, that's nice. There's another forked tree, smaller one, that's good. So it might not look, you know, like it works right away, but then I'll organize it as I go. Kind of like, you know, making a rough draft of whatever it is that you're doing, and I don't know, I've got all these weird analogies, I know, I'm sorry. Alright, come on, where's the other tree groups? I know there's a bunch of them. By the way, while you're waiting for me to find the right trees, head over to approachmedium.com/shop and get yourself a t-shirt. If you order today, I can ship it out today. If you order it after today, it's not going to get shipped out until next week. Here we go. Here's a tree group. Good, great. Are there more? Get some more. Good blend of tree groups. And these are all, I think these are birch trees, as far as I understand. They look like white birch. So let's see, I like these. Let's move this around a little bit. It's nice to have some clumps of trees around the rocks. Dig that. By the math we got presented with the WKS would have been about 63 hours of work. Yeah, I mean, how many episodes did I do of the WKNS? 10? 40 hours. Yeah, no. Well, actually, that might not be too far off, actually. The WKNS... I don't know. Now my brain is just blanking out. I can't. I just can't even right now. This is a nice tree. We'll throw that guy down. I like this. He's gonna live over here. All right, so now we got like kind of the start of a nice little fishing cove. Right? Hold on. Are you floating? All right, you're in the water at least. I do think maybe we could make this a little bit more shallow. So let's figure out how we want to do that. How deep are we here? 0.18. And this is 3. Let's just use the play 2 and just oh, we got to turn the sensitivity way down. Nope. Back it up. I just want to bring it up just a little bit. That's too much. Too much. Maybe we don't even... Oh. Gentle, gentle. Too much. Too much. Go back down. All right, that's okay. Whatever. Jaden, there's no self-promotion here, okay? How many times do I have to tell you? Jaden has been on this campaign to get paid more as a mod. Can you believe that? I mean, all I can do is just shake my head at that. Let's see. What are we doing? We want to move, let's move some of this stuff. We need more rocks, we need more grasses, we need more. Let's, I don't want this to be too cluttered. I do like the idea of it being a little bit open up. So we'll spread some of these groups out a bit. Let's work in some more pine. Here comes another train. IRL. We need more pine and we need more rocks and we need more ground texture because that's just not doing it for me. Let's get some more rocks over here. Jane's been threatening to unionize on me and I don't know what to do about that. We might just have to have a purge, a mod purge. I don't know. Flowers, yeah, I'll get some flowers in there. That's usually, if I work in any flowers, that'll be one of the last. That'll be one of the last things that we do. Scenes like this are always difficult to do because there's so many rocks. And they're just kind of a pain to just be placing tons of rocks. And then you got to roll them and shift them around so that they don't all look the same. So that's looking all right. Getting there. What else could we do? We need a big rock over here, I think. Give me the 9-meter one. And let's roll it this way. No, I don't want that one. I want the big one. Because I want that side of it. Yes. There we go. I just want like a nice like rock outcropping there. Nice. I should make a shirt that just says nice or tiny, little, whatever all those like keywords are that I use. Have I encountered any haters? Of course. I'm on YouTube, of course. There's always going to be people. I'm putting myself out there. There's going to be all kinds of people that don't like me. Luckily for me, I haven't dealt with a lot. But that's probably because I don't have a huge channel. So by proportionally speaking here, if I had a bigger channel, I'd probably have more people disliking me and things that I do, or making fun of me, or who knows. I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't matter. If you put yourself out there on a YouTube channel or whatever it is, if you're doing any kind of art or creative anything, there's always going to be people who are going to have crap to say about it, about you or your work or anything like that. There's no way to avoid it. You just have to turn your shoulder to it and just not let it bother you. I've definitely heard some things said about me that got under my skin a little bit. I'm like, man, that's really rude. That is just really rude that somebody would say that, but you know what? You can't dwell on it. So it is what it is. People are going to have their opinions no matter what. Somebody gave the stream a dislike. That's it. That's the guy I'm talking about. It's him or her. It's that person. It's fine. Can't please everybody. I get at least one dislike, maybe two on any video that I put out there. But it's all proportionate, you know. If my ratio is like 1%, if I had 100,000 subscribers, you know, what would I get? 1,000 or 100 dislikes on a video? That seems to be like what I've seen from other YouTubers that I actually think do a really good job. So it's all skewed. It's all proportionate. John Riso, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Stumbling over my words. Talking too much. All right, let's add a couple more of these boulders here. So up in the Adirondacks, they call these big boulders that are just kind of like hanging around like this, they call them erratics. Like they're erratic rocks. And that's because back, I don't know, what was it? Whenever the last ice age was, what was that, like 100,000 years ago? I'm usually pretty good with history. Whenever the last ice age was, when the ice retreated, it collected, or had all these boulders and rocks collected up in the ice, and as they retreated and melted, these boulders were just sort of dropped in their place. So you get these giant rocks that just sort of sit in the middle of fields and all kinds of weird places like that. They're called erratics. So a little piece of history for you. All right. Let's get a little of this and a little of that. Let's just start working in some textures here. I'm still jumping around a lot, so just bear with me. Kind of trying to get as much done as possible, as usual. And of course, I spread myself too thin because I spend way too much time on certain things than I should. But that's all right. 'Tis the nature of the beast. All right, how are we looking over here? Because really, this is what I wanted to focus on. So this is just like a little fishing spot. I would hang out in here, you know, set up a little camp or something like that. Yeah, it's looking nice. Let's get some more trees up in here, some more variety. Gotta find all the happy trees that I like to use. And my pick list got like reorganized. I resorted it for some reason based on, I don't know, whatever. I did one of these sort by ascending or descending. And it regrouped everything from how I originally had it. So now I'm just confused about where anything actually is. Today's episode, The Ice Age. Do I have randomly rotate assets on or off? I had it switched to off last time. Randomly rotate it. Okay, great. See, you guys don't have to go to school. You could just come hang out with me when I do a live stream. We'll do a little history lesson. You know, everybody wins. I get views on my channel. You guys get, you know, some kind of education. I mean, I can't speak for the accuracy of my claims or anything like that, but, you know, I can open up Wikipedia and read something. I've got books. They're behind me on the bookshelf. Anyway. Little wound up today. Just a bit. Let's add some more pines over here. I want some more rocks. Want a bit of a rocky coastline. I wonder what my wife is thinking. She's right outside my door working from home, trying to work, and I'm in here screaming at myself. Let's roll this guy. Put him over here. Another thing that works pretty well. The Joe Show, version 2, yes. 72 viewers right now. Thank you guys for hanging out on this beautiful Friday afternoon. It's Friday, right? I don't know what day of the week it is anymore. Pretty sure it's Friday. So let's see here. What else do we want to do? Oh, I wanted to work in this cove, but I keep drifting away. I kind of like this being open a little bit, so maybe we can get what's this other texture that I use? This one, is this it? FFR, dirt, leaves. I don't know. Let's see. Kind of want some pine needles on the ground. That's what I'm looking for. Yes. Yes. This is what we want. Kind of mix some of this in here a little bit. What time of day is it in this game? Noon. Just seems awfully dark. Maybe it's because it's really bright in my room right now. I'm kind of got this light up in my face. I get the sun coming in my windows. I don't want to rotate this texture too much. It's a really nice, like, pine needle-y looking undergrowth, not undergrowth, just, I don't know, accumulated, whatever, garbage. Is there a pine needle? There's got to be like a pine needle texture, right? Pine Hill Cliff Face. It's probably not any good. That might be a good one for me to make. I've never made a texture, but that would be good because there's always a lot of, like, you know, pine needles and debris and that kind of nonsense in these forests here. So that might be something that'd be good to have. Let's add a couple more spruces. Spread them out a little bit. All right, so that's starting to look pretty... Yeah, that's not bad. Oh, you know what we need? We're missing shrubs. Hey, what's going on over here? Let's just delete that. We need some shrubs. That's what we're missing. Oh, and downed trees. Yes. Those are definitely good things to have. Let's add... Hello, you are way bigger than I thought you were going to be. Let's put you in the ground a little bit. little wound up today, guys. A little bit wound up. There we go. That's looking nice. Drop him into the ground a little bit. I like how we spend a lot of time on these scenes that are just... You're going to drive by this in like a minute. Not even. You're going to be gone in like just a few seconds. This is why progress is slow. I don't like that one. Do like these, but that might be a little bit too tall for this area. Oh, sorry to burp again. Let's see. But I kind of don't want a whole lot of shrubby undergrowth around here. So, by the way, what I'm doing in this, on this little cove here, once I get this formula put together, that's what we're going to go for the rest of the coastline, shoreline, I guess the shoreline. So that's, it might seem like I'm spending a lot of time just on this one little spot, but really what I'm trying to do here is develop like a look and a palette so that the rest of this can have some sort of consistency to it and look, I don't know, look good as well. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You get the idea, I think. Let's see. We need another shrubby. Something like this. I have found that adding some of these... Hello, I wanted to use the move tool. Maybe this keyboard is like on its way out. Whatever. Putting shrubs like right up against the water's edge is a really, really nice way to... a really good way to sort of create a shoreline, I guess. You know, so that you don't have such like a hard edge where the water meets the land. Because in real life, that's not what it looks like. You don't have like a hard edge where the water and the land meet. There's usually stuff growing like this. Shrubs and grasses and reeds and rocks and whatever else. So I'm going to try to just make sure that we recreate that as best as possible. Union Pacific 84. I don't know what your previous comment was. I don't know where it went. It's not on my chat. So I don't know what you asked. Right. Let's add some more shrubbies. Grab that over here. But you know, not everything needs to be super overgrown with shrubs and stuff like that. It's really nice to sink these into the ground and just have a few pieces sticking out. And then have, I guess, these kind of like open areas that are more like dirt and grass rather than, you know, totally overgrown or anything like that. That's just my thought there. Let's rotate this around. Drop it down a little tiny bit. Yes, not bad, not bad. So the other, where's the, man, now we might just be adding too much. I was going to add the those other little reeds, but I think that's going to be, maybe we can add it in a couple different places. I want to add a couple more of these little trees, because I like these. These little trees are nice to have like grown out of rocks or something like that. I like that they're usually kind of sideways. It's just like a nice little color pop. A little texture pop. P&B MOW equipment, yes. By the way, so it's funny that you asked that because I did actually start working on some P&B MOW stuff. Where is it? Hello. I've been doing this during like my Patreon live streams. Can I place something here? Uh-oh. We might have crashed the game. Oh no, don't crash. Please don't crash. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I gotta save. That just... Whew, that gave me a heart attack. Anyway. Wow. That would have been really upsetting. Alright, anyway, so in terms of the P&B MOW stuff, I did kind of put together a consist that I want to somehow get started. I've been doing it during occasionally, very occasionally during my Patreon live streams, but this is kind of the consist that I came up with. Just started skinning up this combine, threw a gondola on their flat car, and these pieces are off of the download station. Obviously, I haven't done anything with that yet. Haven't done anything with the flat. But can I change the time of day so we can see this a little bit better? The wrecker crane I have done, and I would say that it's, looking fairly complete. Also from the download station, I weathered the heck out of it, so that it looked at least a little bit better. But, there's certain things that I can't really do with it because I don't have the original model, and the map is super low resolution, and yeah, it's old. But it's something. So eventually this will be like a thing on the download station. I mean, whenever I ever actually get it done, I don't know. We'll see. I can't guarantee anything anymore because I just don't know. All right, let's delete that. Get it out of here. Wait, I saw something else in the chat that I was going to answer, and I don't know where it went. The history of approach medium, spending a lot of time on really small areas and adding everything until there is no space left. Yes. Oh, there it is. Do I know when phase 2 might be released? I honestly have no idea, because I'll show you what the rest of this route looks like. This is all phase 1 over here. Let me just try to fill the frame with it since I can't gesture with my mouse cursor. Everything up into the consists that you see on the bottom left of your screen, that's all phase 1. I was kind of planning to do phase 2 as everything over here, so it would be all of this. It's a lot. I mean, it's more than the length of phase 1, but there's less actually done. Like, there's a lot of grid. Like the phase 1 section, the reason I started with it was because there was a lot of it already completed. But on the rest of the map, there's a lot of grid, so I have to come up with what's going to go where. I would like to do like a blitz, kind of like I did with the DBEV before release and the WKNS before release, where I just focus on that for like 1 million hours a day and get as much done as possible. But the problem is that I don't want to just be spamming trees down in the background and calling it done. I want to make sure that the scenes look good and that it's good enough. I had mentioned earlier in the stream that if I could get it done by the end of the year, that would be an awesome goal, but I don't know. I mean, my circumstances could change at any moment. Right now I don't have a job, but that could change at any time. And if that changes, then I'm not going to be able to devote as much time. So I really can't give a timeline. It's done when it's done, I guess. Okay. All right, how long have we been streaming for? 1 hour. Cool. Let's see, it's 1:21. Let's see if we can it'd be nice to get this done, this section. So let's start working our way down there. Let's just save again. No, I don't want to save a stupid session. I don't need to save a session. Here comes another train outside. Nothing interesting, though. Just your standard Jersey Transit, double-deckers. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to get phase 2 done, as soon as possible. I really would love to get the whole route done so that I could start doing operating sessions on it. Ideally, like, my dream would be, and I've been talking to Bill M., the original, creator of this route, about this, getting like a whole operating scheme set up. And this is sort of like a really far-flung idea, but maybe in the future it would be cool to set this up for multiplayer. And I know that in order to do multiplayer, everything needs to be on the download station. But I think maybe given my relationship with N3V, maybe I can pull some strings or something like that and get this somehow to work for multiplayer one day when it's done. And that would be like the epitome of completing this map, because operating this thing is really, meant for many people. You could have, there's 3 major yards on here, a whole bunch of branch lines. Like, I can imagine 20 or 25, 30 people maybe even, operating on this layout, just, switching the yards, doing doing yard work and branch line work, switching the industries, moving trains around through, from one yard to the next. It would be really, really incredible to be able to do that. So that would be, a big goal. I mean, that's a huge goal to have. And I can't make any promises on that. But at the very least, one day when it's done, you will be able to have, an ongoing operating session where you could start an operating session. And this is how I have played it in the past. You get an operating session started and why is the sensitivity seem so high? And it shouldn't be so high. Once you get your cars placed down and you get things moving, you could start a session and just save it and just play it forever. And add a few cars here and there where you need them. But otherwise, you could get an operating session going and not, why is this going? What is happening here? Oh, I'm not using this. Oh my God, I'm stupid. Not paying attention. I thought I was using the plateau tool. You can get an operating session going and, let it go forever. Just interchange things. If you put iPortals, on the route someplace, you could send trains to your friends and that sort of thing. So, I mean, that's all, I don't know, whatever. That's just different ideas. Let me peek at the chat here. How about making people with a safety vest that says P&B on the back? Somebody actually is making a P&B, or I'm sorry, not P&B. Somebody made I'm thinking like shirts and stuff like that. My head is like not thinking right. Somebody is working on making people assets that are wearing my Approach Medium t-shirt, which I think is absolutely hilarious, but anyway, whatever. P&B High Railer, yeah, I mean, if there's one that I can reskin, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, at some point, I'm going to have to also convert this route to work in Trains 2019. And to be honest with you, that has been, haunting my nightmares since 2019 was announced, because I've taken this map through so many different versions of the game, starting from Trains 2006. So it went from 2006 to 2009, 2010, 2012, and then Tane. I'm trying to keep it in Tane so I could finish it in Tane. And then, going into 19 is going to be a massive overhaul. I'm going to have to start all over again. So I want to make sure that it's done for sure by the time I bring it into 19. And, the other thing is maybe if I can stall for a little bit by the time I get it into 19, most of the assets and that I've used, maybe they'll have an update where they're PBR or they, look and work properly in 19 and I don't need to do so much work. But I'm just afraid bringing it into 19 is just going to be a massive, massive headache, which it will be. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. And I'm not trying to knock Trains 2019 because it's got its issues, but it does look really good. I was looking at some video that I took of the Port LA route recently, and I'm like, wow, this looks really, really good. So, it has its disadvantages and problems and stuff like that, but so did Tane when it came out, and here we are still working in it and eating it up. So whatever, it is what it is. Is the original route documented? I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, it really, and I'm not knocking Bill M here. I think he would probably, if he might even be watching. He'll even tell you himself, he didn't spend any time on scenery or anything like that. It was really, I kind of feel like what Bill M had built in the original one was almost a proof of concept of the operating scheme for the route. And he didn't spend any time on scenery. It was really just laid out with a basic ground texture, some really basic landscaping and stuff like that. The industries weren't really fleshed out, anything super beautiful or anything like that. Like I said, I'm not knocking Bill M by any stretch of the imagination, but that's what kind of got me into redoing the map, is because I saw the potential in the operation, but it really wasn't there scenically, you know. So I wanted to take up that aspect of it and update it. So the original P&B is still floating around out there. It's not on a website or anything like that. It was like a MediaFire link. If you dig through the forums far enough, you'll come across it. But I mean, I have it still installed on here. I mean, I could even show it to you guys, but it's not even really worth showing it to you, because you would only recognize it based on like the town names and locations and stuff like that. You wouldn't really notice many of the what you would call it, like the layout design elements, you know. I mean, for example, some of the only stuff that I kept that was from the original one is this viaduct that we built a couple episodes ago. That is in the original one. I can't remember what the name of it was on the original P&B, but he had it on there. I thought it was a pretty neat feature, so I wanted to keep that. But you know, I'm doing my best to capture the original essence of the route. The thing is when it came out initially for trains, 2004, I think, the original P&B, nobody had done anything like what Bill had done. There was no operating routes or anything like that. It was a model train game, I guess. So people were just making spaghetti balls of track and, you know, nothing really noteworthy. And Bill M came out with something that was, you know, it was okay in terms of scenery, but in terms of its operation potential, it was groundbreaking. So that's really where the romance comes in, for me at least. Anyway. But if you're interested in anything of the original P&B, I don't think I have it on my website yet, but on my like little subpage over on Jointed Rail, you can download the original P&B documents, the route tour and the rules book, and it's all this. It's I don't even know how many pages this is, like 60 pages, but it's got let's see if I can show you. It's got all like the train symbols, where they originate from, where they terminate from. He has descriptions of speed limits on every branch, you know, whether or not they can handle 4-axle or 6-axle. There's some track schematics in here. Which I'm redoing. I actually already just redid this, which will be out soon. He's got a tour and then operating rules, like a full, you know, I can't even get this on camera. I can't see what I'm doing. Like rules of the operating department. So this is all stuff that I'll probably rewrite a little bit for my version, just because I took some liberties in some places. So anyway, hope that answers your question. I have a website. Yes, it's approachmedium.com. Go there and buy a t-shirt. I also have a subpage on Jointed Rail, which I haven't updated in a century, which is, I think, jointedраil.com/approach-medium. But there's really not a whole lot. If you want to download the paperwork, that would be the place to do it. But and my actual website, approachmedium.com, is not really much more than a landing page. It also has a WKNS there, and my t-shirts, of course. and some other, there's really not a whole lot else there. I gotta update it. But my assets too. So also, I guess I should mention all those assets that I've been releasing to my patrons. Those are like early pre-release assets. They will eventually find their way over to my website as well. But again, there's no assets there right now. There's no routes other than the WKNS, which I'm also happy if you want to buy a copy of that. Anyway. Am I working on any other locomotives for the P&B besides the RS1? Yes, so I mentioned earlier in the stream that I'm just going to get started on an SD45 so we can have a 6-axle unit for the route, because a lot of people have been asking for that. So we'll make that happen. The RS1, I need to finish Do I even have it on here? Oh, I do. I need to finish it. I just started kind of like mocking it up a while ago. But it's so weird. Like I had envisioned running like all Alcos and stuff like that on the P&B when I first got started, and now we've got EMDs and I don't know, whatever else on there. So I don't even know if this fits anymore, but I still want to make it because I always envisioned the P&B running with Alco power on the branches, and you know, I'm just a big Alco fan anyway. But yeah, I'll finish this at some point too. I like the way that it looks. It's a pretty, it's an interesting paint scheme. I don't know if I would keep the black cab there or if I would make it orange. I'm not sure. But yeah, this was just like an initial rough draft. I think I made it, I put it together when I was, you know, commuting to work on the train one day. So just a rough idea. Okay, let's see. What am I trying to do? I wanted to try to finish this. This is looking kind of nice. So let's maybe, what am I doing? Focus. Maybe we can work in some more grasses over this way. I like this sort of grayer, I don't know what you call that, like it's not beige, but it's like a muted green grass. I like that a lot. Blue-green, muted green. Works really well. That's all I'm trying to say. P&B RS18. Did I? No, I didn't make an RS18. That would be cool. All right, so you guys are into the RS1 too. All right, so I'll try to get that, you know, put together. And the other thing is, I don't know in terms of like, I don't know where JR's mind is at with this kind of stuff, you know, in terms of doing the SD45. I know that they just released those locomotives, so they're new. So that would probably be some kind of payware. I don't know about the RS1, if they would want to do that as a club car thing or freeware or payware or what. I'm not really sure what they're doing these days. So I can't tell you how it would be released, but if I get something put together, I would certainly love to get it out to you guys. Let's get some more rocks. There's too many of those. Let's use a couple of these. Throw a couple more erratics around. Looks good. We'll just rotate a couple of them so they look different. Drop them into the ground. Maybe let's see if we've got like a drop off someplace. Grab one of these guys, put them over here. I like stuff like that. It's cool. We should find a couple small ones. Fairbank, Morris, and Trainmasters. Yeah, that would be dope, actually. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Somebody's gotta make that if it's not already out there. I gotta blow my nose. Hold on one second. Getting itchy. Ugh. Allergies, man. Ugh. Sorry. All right, let's see. 81 people watching now. Awesome. Hello. So we're gonna throw down some more of these guys. I like these pines. Oh yeah, you know what we'll do? We will add, what is it, number 7? No. Number 10? No. 12? Yes. This is, I love these. Whatever kind of reed or whatever plant this is just great. Great for filling in some of these, like, shoreline areas a little bit. I may want to check the solarium chat. Or why, you guys making fun of me over there? try not to look at Discord while I'm doing this because it's too distracting. Y'all are too distracting. Oh man. Now I gotta look. Where is it? I don't even know where this is on in my Discord. What are y'all doing? Now I gotta see. Oh no! What are you doing to me? You guys are the worst. Oh, alright, alright. Banned. You're all banned. Every one of you. Alright. You guys are being mean to me. Now that I'm distracted. Thanks, guys. Alright, let's go back over here. Face cam is canceled. You really don't need face cam for this anyway. What's the point? I don't even know why I do it. Because people had asked for it before, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't do anything for me. We got grass over here? Yeah, we do. Alright, alright, alright. Now come the questions about joining the Discord, of course. I'll post a link. I should probably post a link soon. It's invite only, so that way we can keep bad apples out as best as possible. And when you join, you won't be able to post anything or you'll be limited to what and where you can post for a little while. Just make sure you read the rules. That's all. Just read the rules, please. Add some more of these rocky outcroppings. Whoa, no, I don't want to move the trees. Oh, I don't want to roll that. There we go. Yeah, I guess let me post the Discord link. You guys can join in the fun making fun of me, apparently. How do I do this? I always forget how to do this. Invite, where is it? Invite people, edit invite link, expire after, I guess we'll just set it to expire after 6 hours. There'll be no limit on the uses. Generate new link. Copy. Link is copied. All right, there you go. Have fun. What did I just see? Is the CSX Rochester division still on hiatus? Yeah, the Rochester route is kind of like, I opened it up the other day and I was just like kind of overwhelmed by the whole thing. So I don't know. I want to get back to it. I'm still interested in doing it, but it's a tad bit overwhelming. So I'm not really too sure. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll get back to it at some point, but I was hoping by the end of this month, by the end of this month, it's already September. By the end of August, I would have had a video done for that, but I had such a ridiculous August that I got really set back. I got really behind on absolutely everything. So that's what happened with that. Yeah, mods, there's your payback. Have fun dealing with the tsunami of people that are coming in now. All right, let's move that. That looks good. Let's take a look at things from this angle. That looks cool. I like that. I like that it's kind of open. You could add some more pines. Kind of plop a couple here and there. That's the other thing with this route, man. Each branch, I've got like different, you know, inspiration when I'm building it. So like, I don't know if there's ever going to be any consistency to this whole thing, but maybe that's what makes it kind of appealing. I don't know. Michael Silva, hey, my 7-year-old son is a huge fan. Just wanted to say thanks for all the great videos and inspiration for our own tracks. You're very welcome. I'm glad you guys enjoy my videos and stuff that I do. Always like hearing that kind of thing. Yeah, the P&B is definitely my happy place. There's so many different things to do on the P&B, you know? Like, there's just a lot of different builds. La 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 la. Ooh, a lot of options. Tripping over my own tongue. There we go. A couple more pines. Let's move this guy over here. I like that. These things seem a little bit too bright, this green grass, but I'm gonna leave it for now. I want to add another birch. How's this guy look? He looks all right. And let's add maybe one over here. Oh, you're a tiny one. Oh yeah, I'll keep you. Why not? We'll add one over here. Kind of have like a little bit of a mixed forest here, I guess. I'm not sure how realistic that is, but I like it. Looks good to me. Can I release the paint scheme for the P&B orange, black, and font letter? I mean, if you have one of the locos, you can just use the eyedropper tool and pick up the gray and the black off that. I don't know off the top of my head what the values are. I mean, maybe I could do that. The other problem with like releasing all of like the logo and stuff like that, I don't know, does that like dilute the market for buying the content, you know, when I release it? You know, if you can make your own P&B locos because you've got the lettering and all that kind of stuff, you know, does that make it harder for me to release stuff? I don't know. It's kind of a weird question. Not trying to make it sound like, you know, I'm in it for the money, but, you know, I spend a lot of time on this kind of stuff. I want to make sure that there's at least a market for it, you know? Break up the Fairport to Rochester, no module. Yeah, that would probably make the most sense. Ryan Mears, hi from sunny Florida. Well, hello from sunny New Jersey. Right back at you. Let's get some ground textures in here, I think. I think it's time. Let's just kind of start small. Just get like a decent little base happening here. Nothing super crazy. Jaden wants to what? Ban himself. Come on. That's not fair. You can't do that. Budapest. Hello. Got people watching from all around the world today, apparently. That's cool. That's one thing that is really cool about this platform is just the fact that people from all over the place can tune in and say hello, and kind of brings people from different demographics and geological locations and gives us all something in common to hang out and chat about, which I think that's awesome. Comes another train. I hear this all night long. Smoky California. That's no good. I feel bad for you guys in California, man. Definitely having a hard time out there. All right, let's try to... Oh, man. Let's see if we can get this done. Bring out a little bit more ground texture out this way. Of course, my nose is itchy. I don't need to blow my nose. It's just itchy. Sometimes that happens. When you got a big nose like this, it just gets itchy. There's nothing you can do about it. All right, we're going to bring in some more of this grass. I want to get this section done. I got to focus for a minute here. I know you guys are all trying to say hi from wherever it is you're watching from. And I appreciate that. But I'm also trying to get some work done. Stay focused. It's always hard to do during a live stream. Oh my god, my nose is itchy. Stop it. Go ahead, gift that, meme that. Punks, Solarium Lounge, Solarium punks. What am I doing here? Let's... That's looking cool. I don't think I want like a really dense forest in here, so we could even spread some of this out a little more. I'm liking the idea of having a lot more of these rock outcroppings. So maybe we can do another one right here. So like a lot of rock outcroppings and like sparse vegetation, and then just grass and stuff like that. I think will look good. So let's see if we go. Let's just yeah, we're gonna turn up the sensitivity. It's so hard to get. I kind of wish there was some more like jagged rocks. Like I guess this one is sort of jagged, but it doesn't quite fit with this. I wish there were more rocks like this, but with what I'm doing here, I want some more rounded ones just because we're next to a riverbed, so that's all going to be weathered down and a little bit more round and that sort of deal. Where can you find the white and yellow road lines? They're on the download station under JRRM. My video next Friday will tell you all the specifics on all that stuff. Make sure to watch next Friday's video, or if you want to watch it today, you could join Patreon for $5 and watch next Friday's video at 6 o'clock tonight. Because that's when it's going live. Oh, don't ask Jaden about his opinion on Southwest Airlines. Oh, oof. Get him. Jaden. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't be laughing at that. Have I tried the JMR signal assets? I have not. I have not tried them yet. Maybe I'll take a look at some point. I don't even know what's so special about them. What's the next video about? It is a tutorial on hand making roads. I'm sure you guys are all looking forward to that. Even if you're not interested in that particular topic or how I do it or how you could do it and where to get the assets from and that kind of thing, you should check it out anyway, because I did some really cool like camera tricks and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be at least interesting to watch, even if you're not interested in the subject matter necessarily. But it'll be part of a series, I'm thinking, where I'll go over a couple of other things. But we'll see how. The last time I did a video that I spent a whole lot of time with, and I spent a lot of time on this one, nobody really. It was not widely received, put it to you that way. That was my Sounds of the Drybrook route. I spent a lot of time on that, and nobody watched it. It's got like no views compared to my other videos. But I get it. It's not a build video. It's not a tutorial or anything like that. But I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that route, or into that video. All right, let's see. We got that going there. Campground or row cabins. Yes, that's a cool idea. I like that. I do like that idea. I don't know. Are there camping assets for this game? I have to look. Because that is definitely not a bad idea. Not bad, not bad. Let's move that there. So we got some rocks. Let's see if we can get some smaller rocks. Just sort of, we'll just smatter them around a little bit. Kind of randomly rotate a few here and there. Or roll them, rather. Yeah, right. That's looking cool. So let's place... Let's get a couple more of these kind of close. They're going to be, you know, I think these would be growing more on flat terrain. And I've seen most white birch, from my understanding, tends to be pretty thirsty, so it grows a bit closer to the water. So we'll just do something like that. Let's grab this. Where's that other group that I was using before? This one. Is that the one that I just used? I don't even know anymore. Whoa, hello. My keyboard just bugged out there for a second. Place another one over here. Oh, what I wanted was the smaller group. That's what I wanted. Where is it? Which one was the smaller group? This one. So we'll get a couple over here. It's looking pretty good to me. Oh, this one's got, it's got some pines mixed into it. Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's nice. That's a good mix. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's add a couple more rocks. Move this one down a little bit. Add a bigger rock and sink it. Maybe we can kind of make it look like it's one big old boulder. I like that. That's cool. All right, I like that. We can add some more pines. Let's add the pines. I like them kind of hanging around the rocks. I think my guess is that when they shed their pine cones, the pine cones roll and collect around the rocks. So that's why, at least in my experience, I've always seen a lot of pines growing around big old boulders like this. But that's just my guess. I think it's a good guess. It's the best guess. It's my best guess. All right, that looks good there. Just got to be really mindful of anything that might be floating. Because you guys love nothing more than to give me a hard time about trees and shrubs and stuff like that floating. Even if they're really far away from where you're ever going to see it. But whatever. I don't mind. You're not wrong. I got to clean that up sometimes. All right, let's add some more grasses through here. What time is it? 2 o'clock. All right, we gotta go. We gotta keep going because I want it to be done. My wife gets done with work sometime between 2 and 2:30. She's doing a half a day today, and we're gonna go for a bike ride. Plus, I still need to like pack my bag for the weekend and get all my stuff together. I haven't really done that yet. I mean, I have a little bit, but not a ton. Let's put this guy over here. Oh, yeah. You know what? We should save. Yes. Yes. I also haven't had lunch. I'm getting a little hungry too. It's been streaming for 1 hour and 38 minutes and 15 seconds. Not bad. How are we looking from the tracks? I keep looking at it from... Oh yeah, that looks nice. Let's, can we zoom out a little tiny bit? There we go. Yes. Yeah, once we get like this rock facade, face, rock cliff, whatever, once we get that worked in there, get some proper ballast underneath these, the train tracks. That's looking nice. I do like that. Yeah, I'm liking the more sparse vegetation. A lot of times lately, as of late, I should say, I've been clustering my trees together into a little bit more of a forest. And that's not always how things look. A lot of times that things are kind of spread out. So, yeah, we'll do that. Can I play the DBEV soundtrack? Yeah, I can put. Let me see. Do I have that as a playlist still? Playlists. DBEV. Here. Well, wait. Hold on. There you go. Yeah, I have to just, that's the last song on the playlist, so then I'll just start from the beginning. Okay, how did I hide the controls? You hold the control button, hit the spacebar button. That'll toggle all of this view. So, little pro tip for you. Not Alt F4. Don't listen to him. All right. We're gonna move this because he's floaty. He's actually too big. We're gonna just get him out of there. Let's grab this guy. What camera do I use for taking pictures? I'm assuming you're talking about in real life. I have two Canon 5D Mark III cameras with a 24-70 L series, a 70-200 L series, a 100mm macro, and an L series 1.4x teleconverter adapter. To be that goes, I usually put that right on this 70-200 so that it makes it 1 1/4 times more powerful. So it makes it more like a, what would that be, like a 400mm lens instead of a 200 one. Yeah, so that's what I shoot with. I have two Canon 5D Mark IIIs. I'm looking at maybe getting the new, what is it, the Canon, what did they just announce? The R? EOS R? I think it is. That thing looks awesome. I would really like to have that for shooting some video. I would really love to do more like railfan videos or vloggy things or stuff like that. The problem with doing it with my 5D Mark III is that there's no autofocus on it for video. The autofocus only works for photos. So I can't do like, you know, like a vlog or something like that and point the camera at my face. I can't even take it rail fanning because I have to pull the focus and manually focus it. It's a real pain in the butt to do. So I've been kind of eyeballing the new Canon EOS series. What is the EOS R? There's a couple different ones. I can't even remember. R5 maybe is one of them. Just kind of thinking about upgrading, but then they've got all the new lenses they have to get for them, and I don't know. I just don't know if I shoot enough to justify the cost of buying a new camera body with a new set of lenses and all that kind of stuff. It's a big investment. I mean, the EOS R I think is like $3,000 by itself. Maybe it's like $2,500. I don't know. I'm kind of just going off of like some information that I looked up a couple months ago. So, Oh wait, I gotta start this playlist again. But yeah, so I would like to. I'm considering doing it, but I just don't know if it would be worth my while. I really would like to do more actual video production videos because I do enjoy doing that sort of stuff. But I just don't also know if you guys would even want to watch any of that either. So I don't want to produce videos that nobody's going to watch. But on the other hand, maybe a lot of people would watch it, and it would be a boon for my little YouTube channel. I don't know what the answer is, but that's in the back of my mind. I saw something else pop in the chat. What computer do I use? I built my own computer a couple years ago. It is a Core i7 7700K, 32 gigabytes of RAM. I've got a 1080 Ti MSI brand graphics card, and what else is there? I got a whole bunch of hard drives, SSDs, 2 4K monitors. I'm thinking about buying a third one. What else? Yeah, I guess that's kind of the bulk of it. That's the other thing now. They just announced the new 30 series NVIDIA cards. And I'm like, man, that would be a nice upgrade to get the 3080 or the 3080 Ti when that comes out. Because I think that would really improve some of the rendering that this game could handle. But I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it wouldn't really be, maybe it would just be a bit of a bust for this game. I'm not too sure. Alright, we need to mix in some other greens. Where are we here? We need something else. We need some highlights. There we go. Just a few here and there. The EOS 80D. Yeah, that's a nice camera too. That's, I think, a little bit more budget friendly for, you know, people who don't want to spend a ton of money. It is a great camera though. But yeah, the new EOS line cameras, they really look great. And I have a buddy who works for Canon too, so we might be able to hook me up with something. But yeah, I mean, that's if I decide to go down more of a path of like doing regular video production videos. I don't know. I mean, that's what my background is in. I went to school to make films, you know, so. Aaron McKinnon? Awesome. I'm glad to hear that you and your dad watch my videos and enjoy them. That's pretty cool. I hate saying people's names because I like glance over it at the stream really quick, and I'm already bad enough at people's names to begin with, and then I read them quick and I just butcher them. So apologies to anybody if I ever say your name in a stream. I'm sorry. We need some more of this stuff. FFR, dirt, leaves, that kind of thing. Kind of spread that around a bit. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, the price on the new NVIDIA 3000 cards is like, it doesn't seem right, like, compared to the 20 series cards. So I'm a little skeptical on that price. I mean, I don't know. We'll see if they actually keep that price point, but I won't be surprised to see them change. I mean, the thing is like, that's the base price, you know, once they, you know, send that out to like MSI and, who else makes that? PNY. And these other companies, they're going to add like LEDs and fans and, you know, additional airflow things, and they'll modify it, and that's what's going to, you know, increase the price on a lot of it. Just want to add a few more assets along the shoreline here so that it's not so solid. Maybe another rock. That's way too big. How about a smaller one? Sure. Let's place it over here for a second so we can get the height properly. Sure, I don't mind if it sticks out a little bit. That looks cool. Autumn or fall assets, there really isn't much. You could check out the Blueprint series trees. They have some... Where did I just see it? No. Is it just Blueprint Autumn? Fall, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what they're called. Blueprint. I know the Blueprint series has some fall stuff. I don't know. It's okay. I mean, I don't know what it's called. That's all F Summer. Maybe I didn't install it here. I might have installed it in 19 because I was looking at it at one point for 19. But anyway, the Blueprint, JVC Blueprint trees, they have some fall assets. I must not have them installed here, but they're okay. Music is too loud. But there really, other than that, there really isn't a whole lot of autumn assets out there. I should probably drink some water. I haven't been drinking water at all today. What's going on in the chat over here? Have ever been to B&H Photo in New York City? Yeah, I used to work right next to it, pretty much. That's where I bought all my gear, actually, was at B&H, and I usually go into the place and buy it there. So yeah, I've been in the physical store. Definitely like it. It's like a toy store almost for adults. They've got all kinds of cameras and lighting equipment, video equipment, and telescopes, and I mean everything, computers, anything that you could possibly need to produce any sort of video or media content. Place is great. I've definitely spent a tremendous amount of money there. I remember when I first bought my first 5D, just dropping that money on that was just like so scary. So scary, because it was like, I think I spent like $4,000 at once because I bought a couple lenses with it, and then, you know, you got to get memory cards and whatever else. It's a big chunk of change. But I used to, you know, when I did this, I went out and was shooting photography professionally for a while. So it was worth the investment for me. You know, it wasn't just like a hobby, and I was just like, oh, you know, let me just drop this kind of money and hope for the best. You know, I was planning to go out and shoot professionally, so it was more of an investment for me than anything else. All right, we're gonna wrap things up in a second. There was something I was gonna show you guys before I wrapped up, and I totally forgot what it was. What are we at? 151. We can take it to 2 hours. I'll go for another 9 minutes. We will stream for 9 more minutes. All right. Yeah, we'll take it up to the 2 hour mark just because I've got OCD like that. Let's take a second to see if we can do something about this rock face. What have I done on the rest of the map? The DJI Mavic Air 2. Yeah, I want to buy one. That's another thing. It's like, do I really have a use for... Ooh, these are nice. What is this? I need to use these. I would love to get a drone, but again, like, I'm just like, do I really need it? Do I really need a drone? But yeah, I like having all those kinds of little toys. All right, where are we gonna put this? Because I just noticed it. Now it's gonna be out of place because I was using it before. Let's put some over here. Do we want it on the water? Maybe not. You guys had mentioned some flowers too, so maybe we'll integrate some of that really quick also. Let's put a couple more of these over here. It's good to have like a mix of grass textures. The more you can blend, the better. Let's hide those spline points. Yeah, that looks all right. But the thing is with flowers, they're a little tricky. Let's see what we got. What was I using? I mean, you can never go wrong with the Queen Anne's lace. But that's not necessarily good here. Hello, that's not what I wanted to do. What kind of, I guess we can just search wildflower, because I know, oh, here's a couple. Some of them are just a little big. Like, those flowers seem enormous, you know? But we can thumb through. What's this autumn one? Oh, yeah, these are nice, these little buttercups. What's up, buttercup? Yeah, we can place, these are always nice little accents. Wildflowers are really great for, I mean, they're just great for little color pops and texture accents and stuff like that. But you really got to be careful with how you place them and where you place them. I don't know if I want to place these down right now, to be perfectly honest. They're kind of like one of those like final details that you can go through and add. But it's real, like I said during one of my WKNS videos, it's really easy to get carried away with those. So you really have to just kind of be careful with it. So I was looking for a rock asset. What am I, or like texture rather. What have I used before? Yeah, here we go. What are we using here? JR Rockface. JR Rockface. All right, well, let's just see what happens here. Scratchy did Coal Country. JR Scratchy. He did Coal Country and the, what is it, Sunset? The little 4 baseboard thing. All right, let's try to work in some of this. That already looks better. Let's get it a bit over here. And of course, we'll do, you know, some more texturing in the future and that sort of deal. I mean, just that makes, I mean, that looks a ton better right off the bat. Of course, there's a lot more we could do to blend in some of this stuff, which I will do at some point. Probably won't get to it today. Or we're definitely not going to get to it today because I'm wrapping things up in 4 minutes. Boys and girls, 4 minutes. Dat-Sun Junction. Yeah, Dat-Sun Junction. Man, my mouth cannot talk today. But yeah, once we work in some grasses and shrubs and some nice 3D trees and stuff like that up here, this is going to look really cool. This might be interesting. Because this almost has this feel of like a runoff spot, right? So maybe let's put in a culvert really quick. What I want to do is shape this a little bit more. Not necessarily a waterfall. I did have a waterfall on here at one time, but that's not what I want. But this might be a good candidate for another culvert. If I can... There we go. Maybe it's too much. Is it too much? I don't know. Let's try it. Culvert. What do we want to use? I think, you know, I always end up using this one, but it's not, I don't know, something about it is kind of weird. I don't know if I want to use that. Maybe it's, yeah. Maybe we don't put a culvert there. Maybe it's just sort of a spot that gets washed out periodically when it rains really hard. I don't know. I'll think it's something. You guys are like 2 minutes behind where I actually am live, like with the delay. So right now I've got 1 minute 58 seconds left. Or no, I'm at 1 hour 58. Wow, I got 2 minutes left. I'm just gonna drink this water for 2 minutes. No, I'm not gonna do that. Let's do a game save here. Oh, I need some more coffee. Is there any left in here? Oh, there is this little bit. And that was it. So you guys watch me drink this entire coffee. 20 ounces during my stream. That's just disgraceful. All right, this is looking pretty good though. I'm really happy with how this turned out, and this gives me a good base to work on next week. I'll try to finish this when I'm on my my little vacation next week on my laptop. Try to get the rest of this done. I would like to get this branch finished. Once we get that done, you know, we can kind of start working our way outward. I don't know what's going to be in the next P&B build video necessarily. We still have a lot of stuff to do. There's a whole industry that we have to put in over here. Gravel industry. Obviously, there's a whole lot of grid that we're gonna have to fill in. Just a pretty silly amount of grid, but you know, we'll get it done. I'll get it done. I can't say we because it's just me. Just me doing all this. But I guess that's the fun. I'll have to do, you know, I should probably do some more live streams and stuff like that, but I know people are going back to school and going back to work and stuff right now. So doing a live stream on a weekday like this right now is probably not the best idea. Just because, I mean, we got a pretty decent amount of viewers here, 77. I think we had like up somewhere in the mid 80s earlier. So that's not so bad. We got to do some work over here. I wanted to put a town in over here. Like Allegheny South or something like that. But I think that is gonna do it for today's live stream, my friends. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's try to get this to all render up here. Wow, this is slow today. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream today. Go over to approachmedium.com/shop. Get yourself a t-shirt if you're interested. Supplies are limited. Make sure you catch next Friday's video. I'm happy with it. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. And I hope to be back with more P&B stuff very soon. P&B episode 40 will be next on deck once I get back. I got to start shooting that. I'm going to put it together as quick as I can, get it out to you guys, try to get back into the swing of things as the fall starts to roll in. And we'll see where things go from there. So enjoy your weekend, guys. Hope you had fun. I had fun. I'll see you guys next time. So long.